And it goes like this. I got married in 2019 and I have one child. But please tell me if it is normal that what I am going through. The love I had for my husband is totally finished. I have never caught him cheating or anything of that sort, but I just don't love him anymore. It has been affecting our bedroom life because whenever we're doing it, I feel like someone is hitting me with a hammer. Oh. And I have to cover my face with a bed sheet or a Marvin hat so that I do not see his face because he does it with the lights on. He has tried to buy me gifts and to do other things, but I feel zero. What can I do apart from leaving him because he looks after us very well and sends money to my mom every month? I feel like you should investigate the root cause. You say you have one child together, but you just don't feel anything for him. Sex is just not happening anymore. I think the first thing you need to investigate is how are your hormone levels? Could this be postpartum depression? And they talk about postpartum depression, si mtoto amekuwa mkubwa. No, it could be
creep up on you
2-3 years down the line where your hormones are no longer regulated and you just feel like if your hormones are not working, it's going to affect a lot of things. You don't feel joy. There's just no serotonin being produced. You don't feel anything. You don't feel motivated. You just don't feel like you want to exist beyond just so I think the first thing you really need to check on is, are you okay? Like personally, get your hormones straight, have a full body workout and figure out if it's a physical thing. If it's a psychological thing, do you need to talk to somebody? Do you guys need to do marriage counseling because it's very important? Or it could be those small things that your partner does, but it's so small and so
it's accumulated. It starts to accumulate.
And you always just brush it off as whatever. But if you accumulate small things that trigger you and annoy you and are just very irritating to you, over time you just hate this person simply because you did not address it. So I feel like there's a lot of self-reflecting that needs to happen here because it's a lot and it's very sad, especially it's a sad situation. But
for me, it's just a weirdness of like having intercourse with someone and you're covering your face with a bed sheet, or like you're covering your face with a Marvin and you don't want to see them. It's like they also start to doubt themselves, like, am I not good enough for you anymore? So you start to create issues because in this case it's like you can see how this can end up into cheating, right? You can see how someone who doesn't feel desired could end up cheating. And I know that cheating is usually looked at as just like, but in reality cheating is a symptom of a bigger issue. There's always a reason that someone running it back, okay? Different people do different things, but unnecessarily so. Cheating is not justified in any way, form, or shape, right? But let's talk about the fact that you could make someone feel so insecure about themselves, feel like they're in their own head. And I know you're in your own head as well, so it's a very tricky balance. Yesterday, I gave the same advice of marital counseling, which I'm finding that, a lot of people tend to think of premarital counseling as the only way. But like when you're in a marriage, you can find a marital counselor that can help you, and they can then advise you on whether it is that you need a sex therapist, or whether it is that you need an actual therapist. Like, it's important for you to know what the problem is. As Turi has mentioned, it could also just be like a physiological issue where you need to go to an actual doctor, your OBG or your OBG. Ask them, by the way, this thing has been happening to me this way. What's going on? Hormones do go out of whack, as Turi has mentioned. Very, very important. Postpartum depression is also a thing. She's mentioned a lot of the big ticket items. But I think thing number one is you don't have to take it out on yourself or take it out on your partner. You need to find someone who's without bias, neutral party, who will listen to what you're saying and try and advise you. Because sometimes it's harder to hear it from your partner. Like if he says, hey babe, umekwa you start not to get even angrier, right? You lash out at him even more. So find a neutral party who can then advise you. Yes, you know what you're supposed to do, but sometimes hearing it from a neutral party can help with like leading you in the right direction. And plus you have like a reference point where you find the solution is this, you come back and discuss it again with a neutral party, so you're not fighting your partner, but you're fighting for your marriage, you know? You're not fighting it, you're fighting for it, okay? It's really tough, man. I can only imagine, because like even that whole thing of you not feeling sexually, like your libido is that low, that's also a thing on its own. Like there's so many things here that are problematic, and we really empathize with you, and we hope that you find a solution. And when you do find the solution, or you find what the problem was, please come back to us and let us know what it was and whether we did help you. If you do have any advice for her, please let us know on the number on your screen, or catch us on our social media handles at Turife, at Kathomi, and we can have this discussion even further. But right about now, it is about that time for us to bring you a gift. We are bringing you a gorgeous Gorgiana, who actually does hail from Georgia, and she is the Miss Kenya USA. She is beautiful, she has a story, and she has a movement. So let's get into it, have a conversation with her. You can learn a lot more from it.